Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Noise and welcome back to Age of Engineering. In the last episode, we were working on moving our base and planning out our base in the mining dimension. This is going to be our permanent base and it should be fun. It should be nice and neat, and I'm realizing that it is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit kind of unnecessary at times. Like, we're gonna have things separated that don't really need to be separated, but I think it's gonna look nice, and I already have a little bit of the layout here. The first three buildings are laid out and kind of my plans for them for the future and whatnot. So first of all, we have our storage room. This is going to be the main storage. So we'll have the crates and we'll have the drawer controller with all the drawers on this wall, and we might have some more stuff over here. We're gonna have some basic crafting stuff in this room, and then in the future we're gonna be building two more rooms. This room and one mirrored on the other side. These guys will be for the ME system, so one will be the controller and all that kind of stuff. Probably the other side will be that, and then this side will be like all of the auto crafting stuff and whatnot. So that's the plan for the storage building. We're gonna work on this a little bit today. Not so much the building, just kind of filling it up. And I've got to decide on floors. I think so. Part of the things I'm going to start doing, part of the floors I'm going to use are going to be wood, because wood looks nice. But some of them, I think what we'll want to do is like these dark laboratory blocks. How does this look in here? Let's see, I need my bag again. Keep my shovel in there. So let's just take out this corner and honestly not enough contrast, so that's not gonna work. Let's grab our hammer, makes this a little bit easier, and then let's see, we'll put the chisel right there for now. So what about the checkered? Will these work? That's a little bit better, but again, I don't think it's enough of a contrast, so we'll have to figure out something good for this. But the laboratory blocks are going to definitely be the type of things that I use to get. We could try small steel. I don't know if the texture is on the top. It's not, but it doesn't connect, so that's not very good. Let's try one more. Does large steel connect? No, but it doesn't look bad. I'll have to think about that. But that's not super important today. Get out of there, cow. Not super important today. That doesn't look too bad. I don't know. It almost looks too similar to this, though. I don't know. But anyways, that was weird. Why does that do that sometimes? I did a little bit of work between episodes. I went to the Nether. I went ahead and tried to get some more nether quartz. I got a decent amount of it. I got almost 2 stacks of the ore, as well as some other stuff, which is back in the other base. But this is the storage. We're going to fill it up a little bit today. We're going to get some drawers moved in and all that kind of stuff. I found out that the mining dimension, while it is really nice for not having to deal with mobs usually, there is a catch to that, and there was a thunderstorm, and I had to deal with mobs. So if you were playing this mod pack and you'd think the mining dimension is really safe except for like dark areas or underground, watch out for thunderstorms. There is a way we can kind of prevent that from causing any problems later, but right now, not really. So that's just a little bit of an aside that I discovered. But anyways, so we have the storage room, and we'll get a road and all that kind of stuff going this way to this room, which is the power room. This is where we're going to have all of the power storage and generation, and we might like expand it a little bit. We have room to do that in pretty much all the directions. But for now, I think it's going to go up more because we're going to have solar panels, and that will just go on top of the roof and power everything pretty nicely. And this is going to be kind of centrally located as well as this one, so that we can kind of connect to everything easily. Everything that requires power is going to be on this side. It's going to be south of the storage room. Anything that doesn't require power or requires different power can be that direction, north. Just one of those things to kind of make sure everything keeps keep everything organized, because we're only going to be generating RF here. IC2 will have its own power, and Mechanism will have its own power, and we'll have those generating in the area as well. And then this last room is the one we're going to be working on most today, and this is going to be the calculator room. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on today. That is the plan. So let's head back to the overworld. There's a couple things I want to make, and we're going to start moving some stuff over. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan for today. The first thing I want to do is we're going to want to move all of our storage drawers. That is going to be a little bit of a challenge if we do it manually, but there's another way. There's, of course, another way. There always is. But before we do too much more, let's put this stuff in here. Just drop off this. I guess leather goes in here, doesn't it? We just don't have any. And then beef goes in there for right now. So these guys, some of them weren't going to be bad. Like, I could move the marble pretty easily. But I don't want to do it that way. What we're going to do is we're going to make something. If I have, let's see, it'd be in here. Okay, I have a good amount of paper. We might need to make 2 of these, so we'll keep that in mind. But we just need some slime balls. And yeah, some other things I got, by the way, from the nether is I got some draconium ore and I took up some pyrite ore. This stuff is kind of useless, so yeah. But I have a stack of nether quartz ore being processed in here. So we're going to have plenty of nether quartz in the coming days. So, you know what, let's stop processing that for right now. Processing stuff is going to be something we'll want to do later, a little bit more regularly, but for now it's not that big of a deal. Anything I can... This is useless, so we're not going to really worry about that. For now, I'll put that in here. And do we have much hardened stone? We have quite a bit. So we can make this into the pavers and use plenty of this for the roads. And I have some reinforced stone. I don't think I want to use that for anything. We're going to put that in there. Alright, so what we're going to be making is we're going to make some packing tape. So this stuff is really useful. What it does is it allows you to pack up the storage drawers and carry them like, well, like you would any other block. So we just do this, and this is why we're going to need multiple, because that's going to happen. And we just pack them all up, and we can carry them all over pretty quickly. So pick this up. We'll go ahead and pick this guy up as well. And we can see what they have in them. No, we can't. Never mind. So I believe that is the one we need to keep separate. Because I believe that's the cobblestone for the cobblestone generator. But everything else we can just kind of, doesn't really matter. If we want to move them around, we can just make more packing tape. It's not that difficult. So let's head back over, and you know, we can take this as well. We have 2 more slots. Let's go ahead and take the ferni, because we're going to set those up as well in the main area. I don't know where we're going to be putting Tinker's stuff. I haven't decided that yet. That might be its own building, although Tinker's doesn't really need all that much. So, I don't know. But let's go ahead and head back over here. We are going to have a farm area as well, and just a lot of things to do. So, Cobblestone generator, you know what, can go right here. And then these guys, I wish I could see what was in them. And we'll just have to, we'll have to rearrange those later. But there is cobblestone generator. Put the rest of the cobblestone in there. Furnaces will go in here. We'll just have, you know, I never use more than one, so we'll just have one. Put that there. Enchanting table we can put right here for later if we want to get level 30s. And yeah, let's see, we can also go ahead and we'll just throw anything else in here. Put the tiny coal in the furnace. And yeah, I'm gonna have to rearrange these later. Something that we really need is crafting tables. So let's go grab a whole bunch of crafting tables, and then we're gonna start moving the calculator stuff. Actually, let's remove the power over first. We don't have much power generation going yet. Just the slime and culinary generators. So that's not a big deal. We're also gonna need a trophy room. That is something we're gonna need. Don't know where that's gonna go. But let's go ahead and so we can throw that in there for right now. And let's see. If we break this, he should keep his power. But I don't think this one will. So let's just disconnect this guy. And we need to get up there. I don't have my jump boots on, so we'll have to deal with that later. But we should be able to go ahead and break this. God, that's so many wires. And let's see, these guys can come with us. And we could always... there's a lot of things we could do. And what we'll probably end up doing later is putting in multiple different multiple mods into a single area. That might not be a bad thing to do. Can we use this to pick stuff up? We certainly can. And move that stuff in a minute. And let's see. Didn't mean to break that. Alright, so other than the stuff on the roof, most of this is pretty much cleaned up. So let's head. Let's see. Let's go ahead and chisel another jelly bean. Is it stone or is it cobblestone? It is stone. I couldn't remember. So jelly bean. So that we can put that in. And then we'll get this taken care of later. I don't know that that will retain the power. So I don't really want to break it. A little bit of a lag spike. Let's take that guy. And we'll go outside and pillar up to the roof. See if we can't get the power stuff taken care of. So we'll use cobblestone. That's the way it's easier. And we'll also need to bring these power things. I think that'll be on its own building as well. Extra utilities will kind of be its own thing, unless it's power generation. Just because it's going to be easier. But let's head back to the mining dimension, and we'll start getting some stuff set up. So, ooh, how am I going to do this? So I either need to run wires and drawers immediately, or... A couple things I need to figure out relatively quickly, but we'll deal with that soon enough. So, basic capacitor, right square in the middle. We'll expand those later, and then we can put generators on the side, and I'll wire things up later. We're going to need a lot more energy conduits, so the recipes for these aren't that bad. The hardest part is the CF powder, but we have so much small stone now, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And real quick, let's go ahead and just put the pavers down for here. And this is going to be a little bit of a work in progress, just to get everything moved over and organized. But the next thing I want to do, and I'm trying to think of what's going to be the best way to, we're just going to pick this guy back up, and we're going to put him into the calculator room for now. And pretty much every room is going to have a crafting station in the corner, just because that makes things easier. So what I want to work on is circuits. I think this wall will be the circuit wall, and what we'll need is, see, the extraction chamber. We'll get fed cobblestone. Put a cobblestone generator there, feeding into a chest that then feeds into this guy, who will then feed into this guy, and then feed into this guy, which will then put into some storage drawers here. So we'll need to make another drawer controller. That is probably something I will do off camera. It's not that bad. Actually, it's not that bad at all, other than we need diamonds, and I don't really have many diamonds right now. I need to go mining pretty badly, to be honest. So we'll just steal the drawer controller from this guy for now, and go ahead, chop down more trees. I think we lost some saplings and stuff, but that's okay. One of these days we'll automate the tree farm. That is something I want to do relatively soon. We're going to use Ender IO for that. So that's going to require power. The tree farm will probably be over there, while actually the farms will probably be close to the power. I realized that, like, the only thing that's not is, like, bees can be far away, but forestry can't. But we're probably going to separate those, just to make it easier. But anyways, we need some drawers, which means I need more wood, which means we need to go back to the overworld. We need to grab some other stuff as well. So it's kind of a might as well, as we go back, we'll just grab all this stuff and deal with it. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to automate the circuit production, because it's going to give us access to a lot of different things, and it's going to make my life a lot easier for a few different reasons. We can put this stuff in here for now. I will bring this stuff over later, and that can go in there, as can that. One thing I plan on doing is I'm going to make this this entire base kind of nice, nice looking once we're done with it. Because I'm not going to demolish this or anything. I'm just gonna kind of clean it up, put all of the planks down and whatnot. And there's not much use for it anymore, but if we have any uses for it, we can do something. We'll need it for the portals, that's for sure. And we'll also probably need it for if we want to go to the end or something like that. So just kind of a thing that we'll have to keep in mind. But let's go ahead and start automating the this stuff. So let's see, crafting station right here. That sees the furnace. I don't like that. So we'll do crafting stations here. We'll have multiple, as long as they don't see each other. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make a couple chests and a good bit of wood. so that we can make a bunch more drawers. And I forgot to grab the rest of the stuff that I need, but that's fine. We'll deal with that soon enough. And we will take this guy for now. We're going to want more of these cobblestone generators later. And relatively soon we'll need higher tier of them, which shouldn't be too much of an issue to get. But let's go ahead and go in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up auto circuitry. So cobblestone generator goes right here. Now will that give it? No. So we can put a drawer here, and that'll fill up, and then enter IO conduit, and do this and this, and then this will go into a drawer controller full of a couple basic drawers. And I don't know how many, I think there's, let's see, how many circuits are there? There are, I believe there's, let's see, is there 4 of each color? Actually, something we can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. There's 14. Yeah, so there's 4 of each color. And then there's also a what is it? It's a there's also a another thing. Something else this will give us is small stones. So we'll do this and disable that. So yeah, there's quite a few of the circuits, so we'll have to deal with this a little bit differently, but we'll do it. We'll get that taken care of soon enough. So always active. Insert higher priority. This is going to be insert. This is extract always active. Be easier just to do this. So this will be insert with a higher priority. This will be insert, and this will be extract always active. Oops. So what we're going to be doing is, and then this will be insert once I'm ready for it. So actually we can go ahead and always active. So this should start filling up with cobblestone. It doesn't have power yet, which is fine. It's kind of what I want right now. So for kind of time being, we'll put the power there, and we're gonna run power lines underneath here. And we just need those. Alright, so power, and what I'll probably, and actually I can do that. Okay, never mind. We'll do this, and see, 1, 2, and because I only have 3, we'll just place it there. But it looks terrible now. We will fix that later. Once we have a painting machine, we can cable facade it, and it will look nice. We can't get rid of these cables, which is fine. But before we do anything else with this, let's head back once again. We need to grab a couple things. Specifically, we need to grab all the small stones and circuits, and then we also need to make a drawer key. This is something we haven't made yet, and it's pretty easy to make. It's just going to take a little bit of stuff. Still a skeleton over there. So the drawer key is going to allow us to lock the drawers, and what that does is it basically tells the game, tells the drawers that these are the only items you can have ever. So it's one of these, 2 of these, and then another drawer. So we'll need some more wood. I've got a crafting table right here. And then 2, 3. So something like that. And then these all need to become sticks so that we can wrap this around and make the upgrade templates. And there is the key. Now we can also use these upgrade templates to not only get more storage, which, do we have to do it the long way? We do. So we can get up to 13 times storage if we have a bunch of emeralds, which we don't really have access to that right now. Or we can void stuff out. This is probably going to be used for stone. Once I kind of have enough stone taken care of. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we can put this stuff away. Don't need that right now. We're going to grab as many of these guys as we can. So some of these are stable and some of them are analyzed. We're going to grab a bunch of these. We're going to kind of manually deal with them. And then I also want to grab just a small stack of stones. We'll replace it with cobblestone. That's fine. So we'll just grab a stack of these so that we can teach the drawer what it is. And unfortunately, we are going to have to use our... didn't we have 2 small storage crates? No, we could only make 1 because we didn't have enough diamonds. So we're going to have to use a chest or something. We'll probably use a chest for now. But the reason I want to do this is once we can start analyzing the circuits, we're going to start getting random things from this whole process, and it's going to be really nice. So if we go ahead, and I just want to make sure this works, so we put that in there, and we can lock this drawer. We can lock this one too. And then we're going to lock all of these drawers. The reason being is we only want certain things to go in there. Now, if we put, for example, one of these damaged circuits in here, it's going to use power. It has power. And it's going to fix it eventually. And then it's going to put it in this. And it's going to be analyzed and everything will be great. Now, it can't actually go anywhere. It'll get stuck here. As well as any other items. So what we'll need to do is grab somewhere for the items to go, and that's going to be, for the time being, the small storage crate. Later we're going to use a small storage crate, but we'll get more of them, is what the important thing is going to be, which is why I've started farming wood again. So we'll go ahead and put that right there, because this just has furnaces in it right now. We'll pick this back up, and we'll take it over to the other side. So this should work. I think it will. I'm not entirely sure, but okay. There's that. We can put this here for now. We need to go underneath it. Eventually we'll make a Yeta wrench, and we don't have to worry about doing that, but we need the calculator wrench, and we hit this side so it's red, and that should take it out and put it in here, and then we have an analyzed circuit. So if we put the red one here and we do that again with the same red one, it will fill up this, and then we just put storage upgrades and all that kind of stuff. Now these don't stack, so it can only hold like 32 of each. But that's okay for now. So we can go ahead and give this guy power, and he'll start working. And I just want to make sure that again, I think we need to right click this, make it red, and I don't know if we'll actually take out the items. We'll find that out. If it doesn't, I think, yeah, I can just add another thing there, and we'll see if that works. So put that there. And we have 2 in here now. So we're not getting any items yet, which is a bummer. We'll keep trying, but this is almost done, and we should see that the small stone goes up into here. We should have 65, and then the circuit will just kind of hang out here until this moves. So this is an incredibly slow process, and it's going to take forever. But there's 65, and we will get... This is almost done. We didn't get a circuit that time. It is a 12.5% chance, which is fine. It's slow. It happens. It is going to drain a lot of our power, so we're going to want to kind of limit this for now. Specifically this machine. I don't know if these are... Oh yeah, we can pause them. Cool. So we can turn them off in the menu, which is really nice. All right, and that doesn't have anywhere to go. So what we can do is, instead of having this here, oh hey, we got a special circuit. We can smack this, and I wonder, does it auto eject? No. Of course not. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just pick this up, and we can put another conduit, and what we can do is do this, and this way any extras will go in there as well. So the top should, if we smack it, I don't know if it's red or not. Oh wait, no, I have to turn this to always active. So smack it again. There we go. Cool, so that should work just fine. We got a stable circuit, which these are different than these. These are analyzed, these are stable. Stable circuits are really useful. We're going to want those later. But for now, we're just going to need to get more drawers. So what we can actually do is we can move this guy over another one, and that'll give us more room for more drawers. And I will organize those and all that kind of stuff. So I will kind of work on getting a bunch of different stuff. That is insert higher priority. So I will kind of work through all the circuits I have currently and get plenty of drawers here. Something we can also do is we can get trim and move the drawers here, or I can just run a line down. But I think we'll just go up and have, there's 4 of each. So if we do, actually there'd be, there's 4 of each times 2. So I'll have to figure some way to do all this so that it's nice and organized and whatnot. And we got another stable circuit, of course. So that is going to be the plan. I will kind of figure out the drawer system, continue chopping down trees, and continue moving stuff over. One of the big things that I want to start working on probably next episode is I think we're going to start working towards getting more well, actually I'll probably go ahead and get a bunch more energy conduits between episodes, but I think what I want to start working towards next time is we need to start looking at long-term power. And the easiest, well, actually the best that is going to be for us is going to be solar panels. However, this stuff is expensive. So, yeah, each one of these requires 8 million RF to make. And I don't believe we can even store that much yet. Our Empower can store about 2 million, and this guy is another million. The capacitor is 4 million. So we're going to have to upgrade our basic capacitor. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to work with Ender IO, and there's a couple machines I want to make. One is an experience obelisk. This guy. This should not be too difficult. No, not at all. We just need to make more machine chassis. And I want that so that we can get plenty of so we can dump our 67 levels into something that will store it. So that's the plan. We're going to continue working with Ender.io, and I am going to figure out what to do with this circuit stuff. Eventually, I think these are going to be sent to storage. I think that'll be the best option for us. I'm just not sure quite yet. Otherwise, we could make smaller drawers. That is another option. We could do the 2x2s, but that would only hold 8 of each. So yeah, the 1x2s would hold 16 of the circuits. So I don't know. We'll have to. I think what we'll probably end up doing is I will just move the drawers here, and we'll have a big drawer wall with all of the circuits that we could ever want. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and yeah, next time Ender.io. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!